Hello everyone, it's Sean, and this is the 2500 scale DiscoPrise, the one from Star Trek Discovery that introduced us to Anson Mount as Captain Christopher Pike. This is the third of 4 models that I built during my deployment, and once again had to use the hand paint, the bottle paint, to mix up a proper blue for the windows. Well, that's actually the first time I mixed up a blue for the windows. And of course, I assembled the nacelles first. Now, I colored those pieces red on the sprue tree, as you saw earlier. And then I inserted the plastic grill pieces. I did that from the inside. So I think I must have painted it from the part that didn't snap in place, so it didn't smear the blue. And you can see here the instructions as to how I assembled the struts to the nacelles so that I got the nacelles so that they assembled correctly. Now you can see the slots and tabs there, and you can see the parts laid out. I assembled the entire engineering hull there. And you can see the impulse engines in place, so that's quite good. Unlike the Shenzhou, I didn't lose one and wasn't forced to substitute it with paint. And, got a good close-up of both nacelles, both port and starboard. And I'm starting to put on the Aztec decals right on the bare hull, but it worked just fine. And even though that model ended up moving during deployment like the others did once it was over, not a single Aztec decal came out of place. And of course, as is standard for me by now, I take pictures of all 4 sides of the part in question that I'm zooming in on. So in this case, it's the ventral saucer, and you can see the light blue of the center sensor dome there and the white lights that are part of the Aztec decal. Pretty well like it is in the Star Trek, and then you see a bit of the outer saucer ring. And the saucer section, no, it's the engineering hull, with the Aztec decals in place on it. And then you see the fully complete bottom saucer with the landing leg hatches, those 2 dark triangles there. Now the interesting thing is, unlike the 1000 scale, they're not molded in place inside the hull, but they are on the decal itself. So that worked out quite well. There's a good close-up view. You can even see port and starboard white navigation lights, I think. And there's the engineering hull again, showing the slots where the nacelles will fit. And the nacelles are already both inboard and outboard sides. Yeah, I did everything in sub-assemblies, just like the old Enterprise A. Before I always see the windows. You can see the white windows as part of the Aztec decals as well. And the deflector dish is in place, so they did quite well in getting the full details on these models here. There's the registry number of the Enterprise, just like on the TOS version. And you can see the bottom of the hull as well. Yeah, and the rim. They have stuff on the rim. And then you start the top saucer from all sides. You can see the blue and the white and the window. So it's a bit of a different look than you see in the TOS. And look how much darker the Aztec decals make it look on the hull. But it's quite good. Now that's right on the bare plastic. It'll be interesting to do a 2500 scale Discovery Enterprise, because I have another one in the TOS color, in the royal light gray and everything. Oh, I never realized it looked that subtle. I mean, I've done the whole top saucer there, complete with sensor ring, and it blends in pretty well to the bare hull. That's surprising. I mean, pleasing and surprising. You can see the white saucer window there on the... Now that's the glue. That's the glue stick I bought at the Canex. The one that I fit the ship together with, but when it was time to ship it back home near the end of May, I made sure that it was easily disassembled into those respective segments. And there's a good close-up view of the secondary hull. That's a posable stand, by the way. And there's the mix of red and orange that I used for the nacelle color caps. I think that is a brief picture of the Discovery pieces slipping in there. If my memory's right, we'll find out. But there you see how it's a different blue. This is the side of the box showing the corrections I had to make on the decals as to what part fit where. Just use a black Sharpie to outline everything as it's applied. There's the registry number of the Enterprise itself and its name. You see how the registry number curves just like it did in the motion picture, unlike in the original series where the name curved towards it, kind of like on the Enterprise D. Yeah, it's so much more, it stands out so much more near the impulse engines. The Aztec decal, that's kind of surprising. And there's the nacelles again with the dark paint on those little trenches along the top of the nacelle. The stand is still in the color of the plastic, of course. There's only so much I could do while I was deployed. No access to spray paint or anything there, so I had to paint it by hand, the small parts. Now that doesn't show the full color there, but the ship is assembled. You can see how the nacelles aren't as high above the hull. The struts are a bit wider. There you go. You can see a bit of the red poking up now. The nacelle struts are angled a bit like the motion picture ones, though the nacelles themselves are heavier like the J.J. Abrams. Yes, there's a good view from the back. Remember, when I took these pictures, I still wasn't thinking of filming videos. It's a couple more months for that. There's a good one. There's a good angled shot using the stand to my advantage. There's the port side view. And then I started doing color-corrected pictures, brightening them up and everything. Like you can see there, it's right beside the Shenzhou. It's sitting on the box for the 500 scale Revell, Germany, J.J. Abrams Into Darkness Enterprise, if my memory's right. There's a good picture right there. That's good. So 2 universes represented in one picture, actually. 2 different timelines. So port side, there's the back of the ship. And the next one should show the starboard side. There we go. And the next few pictures will show it on another box. Now this might be at home by now. One of these is going to be the thumbnail. I'm not sure which one yet, but we'll figure that out in due time. Straight on port side view. Straight on from the back. You can see the reflection of the display shelf, so that's still during deployment. Straight on from the starboard view. Then the next one at a slight angle, showing that the ship doesn't fall off the posable stand, so that's always good. And then you have the ship from underneath. Now that's where it looks the most similar to the TOS Enterprise, from that precise angle right there. And yes, I ordered game color paints as well. I think that's the Discovery in the background, because I worked on all 3 models almost at the same time. There it is on the display shelf, all by itself. Had to crop the images to fit. So that's quite good. And there it is a bit more color corrected away from the yellow. I like that angle there. That's quite a good one. And here it is at home with the rest of the 2500 scale ships in front of the 4000 scale Star Destroyer. There it is with all three, including a Discovery, which you'll see in the next build. There it is next to its box, so that's good. There's another angle there. But I think the image that I'm going to use for the thumbnail is this one right here. Cropped a bit to fit, perhaps. So that is the 2500 scale Discovery Enterprise that tested the rotating stand, and we'll see you here next time. Bye-bye.